Welcome to Talking Real, the official, unofficial podcast of the Real KVO, where a dedicated journalist, a 2-star Yelp review critic, and a monster truck YouTuber talk about a seismic queef.
Hey, yo! What's up, everybody? I'm Bitch O'Malley, your host for tonight's Talking Real. You know, I've spent over 2 decades covering Manatee politics, trying to make sense of this shit show. And somehow it all led to me talking about beaver butts on the internet. Tonight, I have with me my 2 co-hosts. Over to my right, I have everyone's least favorite Yelp reviewer, Mr. Irrelevant.
I give that intro 2 stars. Loud, but lacked flavor. Could have used a little bit of collard greens to really bring it home.
And down here, owner of the Dom Factory, formerly known as the Freedom Factory, your one-stop shop for car parts and Kevin Van Austenbridge replica pocket pussies, Cletus McFarmland.
Yep, had to shut down the racetrack. County said it was too loud for the new luxury condos. So now we just sell lube, mufflers, and gnome-sized leather harnesses. Turns out, the more horsepower you've got, the weirder the commission's fetishes get.
And finally, our special guest tonight. She's a self-proclaimed policy expert, a real go-getter in the art of saying a lot without answering anything. Cousin Amanda.
Thanks, bitch. I'm happy to, be here.
1 star. Smelled weird before she even sat down. Would not recommend.
Hey, I have colitis.
Anyways, so Amanda has started a new hobby, putting warning labels on books, which, honestly, is just how we keep Cletus from trying to eat the very hungry caterpillar.
Yeah, I read to the 5th page before my stomach said nope.
Speaking of weird things people eat, tonight's topic is the one that's been blowing up our inbox, beaver butts. Or, more specifically, that delightful little secretion known as castoreum, the flavoring hiding in everything from vanilla ice cream to perfume. And no, Mr. Irrelevant, you can't leave a Yelp review for an animal's ass.
1 star. Chewy. Hints of pond water and beaver taint.
So these days, with Buc-ee's popping up everywhere, you can just grab a 50-gallon drum of castoreum right next to the jerky, right next to the medallion gnomes.
I don't see the connection.
2 stars. Nice scenery once, but now it's overbuilt, overpriced, and smells like ass.
So, Amanda, let me ask you, when they clear-cut 100 acres for a Buc-ee's, is that like nature's way of saying it was ready for a makeover? Or is that bad?
Oh no, bitch. It's great. Trees are just nature's traffic cones. They're like, move along, we're making way for progress.
I'd give it 3 out of 5 stars. The brisket tasted good, but it gave me the runs. Twice. Once in the restaurant and once in the parking lot. Bathrooms were clean, though, so that's a plus.
OMG, samesies. I had to go too, but I just thought it was Buc-ee's way of, cleansing your spirit.
Yeah, like a meat baptism.
All right, but do you all ever think about how that brisket isn't the only thing Buc-ee's is churning out? Every time they pave over a wetland for another gas pump, that runoff's heading straight into our rivers. That's why the manatees look like they're on meth now. Amanda, how many trees you think they knocked down for this one gas station?
Enough that I saw a swamp ape carrying a mattress.
Guess even the animals are feeling the housing crunch around here.
Exactly. More pavement means more runoff, more flooding, and yeah, more headaches for everyone. And speaking of headaches, Amanda, it sounds like you had yourself one hell of a headache after the last commission meeting.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just gotta push through it. But, actually, I was feeling kinda rough. Like a stomach thing. Nothing big.
1 star. Abrupt ending. No refund for a sharded queef.
Amanda, let me ask, when all that runoff and sewage hits the bay, What do you think happens to the water and the critters living there?
Maybe it's like a big soup? Like clam chowder, but with more nutrients?
All right. So if it's like a big soup with extra nutrients, what do you think that does to the creatures and the water quality? I mean, they're harvesting a lot of gnomes in our waters.
I don't know. Maybe it makes them grow bigger? Like super-sized fish or something?
Close but no cigar.
Too many nutrients cause algal blooms that suck the oxygen out of the water. And that's bad news for fish and manatees.
Oh, wow. That sounds rough. Kinda like how I feel right now after eating Buc-ee's brisket.
Speaking of which, are you okay there?
I think I'm about to have a...
2 stars. Atmosphere, charming. Brisket, smoky and tender. Only downside was this weird squelching sound behind me halfway through the meal. Thought maybe they had a leaky roof. Smelled kind of like, I don't know, swamp cabbage. Anyway, still a solid lunch spot.
I think it's time for a... I think it's time for a snack and a... I think it's time for a snack and a... Shit!
Welp, that's about all the time we got today, folks.
Yeah, 'cause somebody's gotta go hose down the guest chair.
Till next week, keep it real, keep it weird. For the love of God, keep it in the bathroom.